It is sometime, it's like a little bit after 9 a.m. on Monday, March 31st. So I clocked into work and then I came over here. I feel really good today, so I wanted to go ahead and start filming. It's like one of my favorite kinds of days because it's dreary outside, it's kind of rainy, but it feels very cozy. I woke up this morning and I didn't feel like I was in a rush to do anything. So yeah, I feel really good right now. So this week's video is going to be, I'm not sure what I'm going to call it, but I was thinking like a cozy bookish week in my life. I don't really have too much going on this week, but I just figured I'd film myself reading, maybe unpackaging some things that I bought, and just kind of taking you along with me while I do my usual cozy thing. So I actually do have something. So yesterday, my boyfriend so graciously ordered my Amazon cart, which was just 2 books that I was really looking forward to getting. So, or I've been thinking about one of them for a while. One of them is a more recent like find or something that I've heard about, and I just wanted it, so I added it to my cart, and he graciously bought them for me. So I just wanted to unbox my Amazon package with you guys. Never done this before, so on camera. So just gonna. That was very easy because honestly I already opened this yesterday. I just put it back in here because I was like, oh, this could be content for a video. So, and these are the books that I got. The Neighbor Favor by Christina Forrest and Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. And so this is the book that, The Neighbor Favor is the book that I've heard about for a while now. Actually, one of my good friends from high school, she knows that I love to read, and she told me about this, and she was like, I think you should read it, you'll love it. And she told me that months ago. So I went and got it. Well, I didn't get it. It was in my Amazon cart and my boyfriend bought it for me. So I'm very excited about this. I'm not going to say when I'm going to read it. Honestly, I think it will be soon, and I'll tell you why in a second, but I'm kind of done like giving, I don't want to say I'm done like giving TBRs, but I think I'm done with TBRs because I realized that it's just, I don't like that. Like, I don't like having a stringent set of things that I'm going to read. I'd rather just read as I feel like reading, which is called mood reading. I never thought I was one of those, but clearly I am, because I just do not like forcing myself to read things that I don't feel like reading in that moment. And then the next book that I got is Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna, and I heard about this for the first time from Angel's channel. And when she read the synopsis, I was very interested in it because it talks about, like, it says that it spans more than 3 decades. And I think that based off of how much I love grown women, I'm just drawn to books that are generational or that happened over a period of time. So when she read the synopsis of this, I was like, that's something that, and it's about, you know, women and friendships and from little girls to adults. And I don't know, I'm not at all like put off by like the thickness of the book because it is thick. It looks to be, this is over about 470 plus pages, and I'm not at all like discouraged by that. I think that I'm no longer going to focus on how quickly I can get through a book so that I reach a certain goal. I just want to enjoy good stories, and I'm taking the pressure off. So I'm excited to get to this whenever I do get to it, but I do feel like it will be soon because these are 2 things that I just recently really felt like reading. So The Neighbor Favor, I guess that I should err on the side of somebody watching this may not have heard of this book. So I will go ahead and read the synopsis. For those of you who, like me, have heard of it and unlike me know what it's about, I'm sorry, maybe you can skip a little bit ahead. But it says, a shy bookworm enlists her charming neighbor to help her score a date, not knowing he's the obscure author she's been corresponding with in this sparkling and heart-fluttering romance by Christina Forrest. Shy, bookish, and admittedly awkward, Lily Green has always felt inadequate compared to the rest of her accomplished family who strive for Black excellence. She dreams of becoming a children's book editor, but she's been frustratingly stuck in the nonfiction division for years without a promotion in sight. Lily finds escapism in her correspondence with her favorite fantasy author, and what begins as 2 lonely people connecting over email turns into a tentative friendship and possibly something else Lily won't let herself entertain until he ghosts her without a word. Months later, Lily is still crushed, but she's determined to get a hold of her life, starting with finding a date to her sister's wedding. and the perfect person to help her is Nick Brown, her charming, attractive new neighbor, who she feels drawn to for reasons she can't explain. But little does she know, Nick is an author, her favorite fantasy author. Nick, who has his reasons for using the pen name and pushing people away, soon realizes that the beautiful, quiet girl from down the hall is the same Lily he fell in love with over email months ago. Unwilling to complicate things even more between them, he agrees to set her up with someone else, though this simple favor between two neighbors is anything but not when he can't get her off his mind. Okay, that sounds very cute. And honestly, it's giving that it's easy to read, which is what I'm looking for right now. Currently, I'm reading Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine, and I just picked that up when I was in the library. I hate to say that I'm just not really enjoying that book, and I know that I know that people love that book. I believe it's won awards. Like that's some people's like favorite book, and I'm not saying that the book itself is not good. Like I'm reading it and I can understand why people love it. Like in some ways, even for me, in some ways I can relate to Eleanor's perspective about things, but it's just not what I want to read right now. And I think that's the danger with forcing yourself to read things, because I think that the ratings that you see on Goodreads for that reason might not always be fair. For instance, like I can say that I am not enjoying the book, but that's not because it's probably not because it's a good book. I'm just not in the space to where that's something that I want to read right now. And so I think somebody else that I was watching on BookTube recently brought this point up, and I agreed with it. It's like, even if I don't like it, is the book setting out to do what it is trying to do? And if the answer is yes, then can you really rate a book like that lower? And that made me think, because I'm just like, I mean, that's how I feel. I'm just like, I don't feel like I could rate Eleanor. I'm not even halfway through the book, I don't think. I don't feel like I can rate it like a 3. But I don't feel comfortable rating it a 5 either, because I'm not enjoying it to that extent. But I just know that it's not a bad book. And I feel bad for not liking it, because I've watched videos of other YouTubers who just love that book. But honestly, right now, I feel like reading stories that I can relate to. Stories about people like me. Stories about people that look like me. Stories about black people. I feel like reading that. I feel like also reading things that are a bit easier to read. As I said in my March wrap-up, I just feel like Eleanor is very Shakespearean in nature in the way that she talks, and even though I get most of it, some of the references that she makes, especially being a person that lives in England, just kind of go over my head sometimes. So it's just like it's frustrating to read when I'm reading something and I feel myself zoning out of the story because I just don't want to be there that much. So I'm hoping, honestly, to finish Eleanor very soon, and then after I finish that, I'm going to read my book club read, which is Parish by LaToya Watkins. And I'm excited to read that, because even though my book club is known for giving us trauma reads, it's about black people, and it's also another story that spans over decades. So I'm excited to get to that. I'm just tired of... I want better reading experiences for myself, and I think that's going to come from me just kind of like taking the pressure off, not trying to submit to a goal. I think my goal on Goodreads for this year is 20 books, and I'm already at 9, about to be 10 once I finish Eleanor. So I don't even want to think about that, though. It's going to be easy for me to finish that goal, but I don't want to work towards a reading goal anymore. I just want to read good stories, and I want to read stories that I feel like reading. So right now, I just feel drawn to something that doesn't make me like, the prose it's good. Like I want to read something that has a really good story. The prose is good, but it's like it flows, so that I'm not getting bogged down by like, you know, interpreting what's being said here, if that makes sense. I don't want to just like, I want something that's like flat and doesn't mean anything, but I just want something that's easier to read, something that I can see myself in. And so I say all that to say that if you guys have any suggestions for me, I would love to read some black romance. Fantasy just sounds like a little bit too intricate for me, but if you have a read that you would like to recommend there, I'm open to it. Just anything that sounds like it might be up my alley right now. Like I just want to enjoy some good stories that I don't have to work too hard like to get them. You know, I'm not in that mindset where I want to do that. But anyway, I'm gonna get to work because it is early morning, and yeah. So today I think all of my plans are I'm on my period, but I don't feel as bad as I felt yesterday. So I am going to go to the gym because I want to do that. And then I got to take my dog to the groomers later. And so while I'm waiting on her, I'll probably get some reading done in the car. And, you know, we'll just spend a little nice little cozy day together. But I will see you guys soon. Bye. I just dropped my puppy. She's not a puppy. She's turning 4 this year. I just dropped my dog off at Petco to get groomed. I've had great experiences with Petco in the past, but this is my second time bringing her to this one. And I don't know. This is my second time bringing her here, and she was crying when I left. And I've not experienced that before, because the Petco that I used to go to where I used to live, I guess she just knew the girl that I left her with. And even when she didn't know her, she didn't cry, like when she first met her, but she was like crying when I left her here. And so my heart was just kind of like breaking when I left. I felt so bad, but I'm in the parking lot. I'm not going anywhere. So I'm just going to, did I bring my book? Y'all, no way. I came out here and did not bring my book with me. I'm upset. This was gonna be my time to read. Like, how did I do that? Well, I thought that I brought my book with me. This is just I'm honestly considering driving back home and then coming back here. She's not gonna be done until like 6. This sucks. So I actually think that I'm gonna go home and then just come back later. That's unfortunate, but that's what I'm gonna do. But besides that, it is a very, like, you can see it through the phone, through the video, but it's a very dreary day out here. And I'm gonna go home. There's really no reason for me to be here. I'm really like upset about that, because it was gonna be cute, me reading in the car and talking to you guys from this angle, and now I can't do it. So I'm gonna go home and hope that my dog is okay when I come back, because she was crying when I left her, and she's never cried at any groomer that I've left her with before. So I hope this is a good experience for her. But I'll talk to you guys later. I'm going home. Bye. I'm back with significantly less gas. I went home and I got the goods. I wasn't sure about the decision the entire time I made it and was driving back home. I was like, maybe I should have just stayed there. I could have planned some content via my phone for like Instagram or things like that, because I'm trying to post on there more. But I was just like, where I live, it seems to be a slight influx of people moving to this area. And so traffic's like at 5 p.m. So I was like, let me just go home now and leave again to come here, so I miss like being in the traffic. So yeah, I'm back. I have my book, I have my water, and I would say that it's safe that I have at least 30 minutes until she needs to be picked up, because normally they'll send like or they'll call and tell you that, you know, in about 30 minutes she'll be ready, and I haven't gotten a call yet. So I know I have 30 plus minutes to be able to read. So that's not bad. I just hate that I was supposed to be here the whole time. Don't you just hate when things don't go where they're supposed to go? But that's life. So yeah, my water, I wanted to show you guys this. I'm trying to drink more water. I don't have any makeup on right now, and I prefer to film videos. I hate the process of putting on makeup for a video. Like, I don't mind makeup. I like putting on makeup. I don't do like a really like thick, like very, I think my makeup look is full coverage, but it's not like caked on my face when I do it. But I don't like doing that for videos. I just want to be like bare skin in a video. But in order to do that, like, I need to like the way that my skin looks without makeup. So I'm trying to increase my water intake for complete vain reasons. But if that's what I gotta do in order for me to do this, then that's just what I gotta do. And you know, just like going to the gym for some people is a very vain thing, but not only are you're gonna look good if you keep at it and doing what you're supposed to do, but also there are health benefits to that too. So I'm really happy that I've decided I got this, because it's really cute to drink water out of, mainly so that my skin will clear up and I can be on here like without any makeup and just start recording. But I do recognize that there is like a health benefit to it too, and I am excited about that, because I do think that a lot of the times, like, my irritable attitude is because I'm dehydrated. So yeah, that's that. I'm gonna drink a little bit more and then I'm gonna get started reading. I'm currently on chapter 19. I was able to read 2 chapters, and you guys probably know that I have had my hesitations about Eleanor Oliphant, but it's getting to a point to where I think I spoke too soon, and I see the appeal of the book. The story is making its case for why community and friendship and stuff is necessary. Seasons of isolation happen, and sometimes they're really needed, but we're human beings, and human beings have a need for socialization, and that's really not something that you can ever just like do away with forever, no matter who you are. And so I said all that stuff to say that I'm getting to a point to where I'm actually starting to appreciate this book. But we're only 151 pages in, so we're gonna see how I feel when I get to the end. But it's definitely, I would not give it 3 stars. I would say it's probably gonna end up being a 4-star. I'm not at where I feel like it's a 5-star for me personally. But again, you know, I've had a change of heart since I've started reading it, and I see the importance. So that's all I had to say about that. Nala. Nala. Look at me. Nala. was not planning to make an appearance on today's like film for the vlog, but I'm reading Eleanor Oliphant still, and this girl got me weak. I'm at the part where she's talking about she's at a birthday party for somebody that she's met, and she's describing, remember how I told y'all that she like has this very Shakespearean way of talking? I'm trying to figure out what she's doing. She's describing a dance. Like, she's at the party, somebody asks her to come and dance, and then when they get to the dance floor, the song changes, and that person's like, I'm not doing this. So she stays there with a group of women, and they start dancing, and the way she describes it is so funny. Freeform jigging, communal shapes in the air, freeform jigging, communal shapes in the air, dancing was easy. Like, and so whenever she sees somebody just kind of going along with the flow, she calls it freeform jigging. And I don't know, I'm not doing it justice describing it, but I'm over here like laughing so hard that I'm crying. I'm not like laughing hard, I'm just like laughing, and whenever I laugh, I start crying. So yeah, I just wanted to say that this book, I think I just picked it at the wrong time, but like I said, I can tell it's a good book. I think I've said this a million times. I can tell it's a good book. It's charming, and Eleanor is like very unintentionally funny, and I think that's the best kind of funny, honestly. Okay, I want to read this part in particular. So after they've done the dance and she's described like what freeform jigging is and what communal shape dancing is or whatever, she's dancing to a different song, freeform jigging on the floor, freeform jigging. And then she says, somebody taps her on her shoulder. She turns around thinking that it's her friend that she came with, but it wasn't him. It was a man in his mid to late 30s whom I'd never met before. He smiled and raised his eyebrows like a question, and then simply started freeform jigging in front of me. I turned back to the group of smiling women, but the circle had reformed without me. The man, red-faced, short, with the pasty look of someone who has never eaten an apple, continued to jig enthusiastically, if somewhat unrhythmically. At a loss as to how to respond, I resumed my dancing. He leaned forward and said something which naturally was rendered inaudible by the volume of the music. She's just funny, man. She's funny. Okay, there is a shadow because it's 9:08 p.m. and I have my tripod set up on my nightstand, but it's April 1st, which means that it's Amazon First Reads Day. So that's really the only reason that I use my Kindle, is because you can get free books. I think it's just one, maybe two, but I think it's one free book for you to download on your Kindle, and they're like pre-releases. So like it'll be a book that's coming out in May of next month, but you can like download it this month. And so that's what I'm about to go look at and see. I'll have it on the screen as I'm talking about it so that we can kind of look at it together. Let's see. Amazon First Reads. All right, excited. Oh, we get a bonus this month. So this month's bonus short read is The One That Got Away by Mike Gale. It says, beloved and best-selling author Mike Gale presents a poignant tale of closure, full of human dilemmas and true-to-life emotions. This relatable story is a tale of our times and demonstrative of Gale's adaptability to conjure up a roller coaster of emotion in his readers. We join Ruben on the day that the love of his life is getting married to someone else. Faced with the ultimate question for the brokenhearted, what to do on the day your ex gets married, Ruben enlists the help of friends to come up with an elaborate itinerary for the day. However, before the fun has begun, he receives a call which leaves his meticulous plans and indeed his entire future in total disarray. Okay, that sounds very interesting. And it's a short story. Yeah, I'm excited to read that. So there's a thriller called The Undoing of Alejandro Velasco. Excuse that, that's my boyfriend on the game. I don't want this. I don't want a thriller. I'm not even When Stars Align, a coming-of-age novel by Melissa de la Cruz. From New York Times bestselling author Melissa de la Cruz comes the fictional story of three young women who epitomize pop culture in the early 2000s and the ups and downs of their friendship and love lives. This book is for anyone who loves celebrity culture of the early 2000s and who may have grown up watching the Mickey Mouse Club and seen those young actors become full-fledged stars. Okay, I'm intrigued by this one. I was born in 1994, so I remember Britney and like Justin Timberlake and all that stuff, but I was in kindergarten. But I remember that because we was singing Hit Me Baby One More Time as kindergarten. I remember, this just brought up a memory of this little girl like pulling up her shirt and like making it like a bra in our kindergarten classroom trying to be like Britney Spears. I remember that vividly. Anyway, so I'm interested. Stars Align, When Stars Align. That could be one. Robert Bailey, The Boomerang, another thriller. I don't think I'm interested in that. Yeah, I don't really feel like feeling that. The Best We Could Hope For, historical fiction. Now, this is a favorite genre of mine. There's not much that's said about it. In the vein of The Paper Palace or The Nest, this drama is about a family secret that takes generations to uncover, by New York Times bestselling co-author of The Nanny Diaries. I'm intrigued by the cover and that it's historical fiction. I'm definitely interested, but I don't know. Wendy Francis, Betting on Good. Perfect for fans of Ellen Hilderbrand, bestselling author. Wendy Francis's rollicking summary tale is about decadence, love, and betrayal over the course of a long weekend at the famed Kentucky Derby. Emotions run high as two couples set out to enjoy this historic springtime tradition, never expecting that tensions and secrets will come to light. I don't know that that one's for me. Psychological, Three Mothers. Sounds like it's gonna make me feel some kind of way and not in a good way. Life Derailed, romance. Okay, how much time do I have? Okay. From the authors of The Last Phone Booth in Manhattan comes a modern twist on You Got Mail. Is it me, or are there a lot of books that are trying to redo that sort of thing? Anyway, written with their signature wit and multifaceted characters, Life Derailed explores themes of connection, love, and loss that will pull at readers' heartstrings and leave them swooning. It's not giving me much. Like, I don't know that I want to read that. Gothic fiction. No. Haunting historical set? No, I don't think so. Alright, so those are our choices. And, let's see. It's a little dark. I'm hoping this... Okay. I really like this book. And there's something like worthwhile in every single chapter, I feel like. Like Eleanor just says the most profound things in such a straight, not always straightforward, but in sometimes the most straightforward, unassuming way. And what I just read, she says, I've been pondering this and concluded that there must be some people for whom difficult behavior wasn't a reason to end their relationship with you. if they liked you, and I remembered Raymond and I had agreed that we were pals now, then it seemed they were prepared to maintain contact, even if you were sad or upset or behaving in very challenging ways. This was something of a revelation. And I just think that that is such a simple concept, but so true. Some of us have been conditioned to think that we are too much to be dealt with, but for the right people, you will never be too much. You will be just enough, or those people don't mind showing up for you when you're feeling down, and there are people out there like that. And I just think that's a beautiful thing. I found it in the relationship that I'm in currently. I've been in situations before where that was not the case. I felt like a burden when I was having a bad day. Another thing that I like is that she says that Raymond and I agreed that they were pals now. And I think that's so important too. I think that a lot of one of the ways that we go wrong in friendship these days is we just assume that everybody is our friend. And I feel like when I was younger, it was more of I think it could go either way. I think it could be like you just become friends with somebody because maybe you have the same backpack. That literally happened to me, and I still am cool with that girl to this day. But I feel like a lot of times kids will be like, will you be my friend? Like, if there's an agreement made. And I just feel like today it's just like we just assume, hey, I've seen this person this many times, like we're friends. And I think there needs to be a more like I don't want to say contractual, but something that is more solid than just the assumption that we are friends. Like, we need to both agree that I like you and you like me, so we're going to do this friendship thing. Like, that needs to be a basis. I feel like people don't do that. It's kind of like a social faux pas, but I think we do need to, and I like that that was a conversation that they had. I feel like that makes it a lot more intentional. But where I am with the story in general is just that I think that of all of the emotional things that happen in this story, I'm just overjoyed. I am elated that Eleanor, I don't know. I don't want to spoil it. I'm just happy when I see her being cared about, and I just love like the little things that I take for granted like every day, or when I do it, like going to the salon and getting my hair washed, or being invited to somebody's birthday celebration. Like, I look at these things like, oh, it's it's nothing, or I might casually say, oh, I don't have anybody, or I don't have any friends. But to read the story of somebody who literally does not have anybody, it puts so much stuff in perspective, and how she just like, there's a part in here where she's just chilling with her new work friend, and the way she describes it, it's just like, I've been in that same situation at somebody's house watching a movie millions of times, and I've never just thought about, wow, it is a privilege to be in this space and to enjoy the company of another human being. Like, we need to look at things a little bit more like that. And so I say all that to say that at the beginning, I was just like, Eleanor is speaking like it's 1600. I don't know if I can read this book, but I'm on chapter 28 now, and I really do like it. I'm still not sure if I give it 5 stars. It's definitely at least a 4-star, maybe 4.5. We'll see how I feel at the end. And hopefully the next time you guys see me, like, in terms of this book, I'm done with it, because I really want to start my book club book next. Ooh. Alright. And the sun is going down. But I'm going to go back to my corner. I hope y'all are having a great day. Bye. It is 6:01 on Friday. I'm feeling wonderful. My boyfriend's in there playing the game. And my dog just walked in. So, it's 6:01 on Friday. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling hydrated. I bought this thing, just sidebar before I get into Eleanor Oliphant, which I finished last night. I bought this to help me drink more water, and so it has like these time tracking things on it, and like right now we're at 6 p.m. so at 7 I'll drink down to 7, and I feel amazing. Like, y'all, drink your water, stay hydrated, and if you have a little bit of extra funds, this was I want to say it was 20 something dollars on Amazon. And also, not just this, you also need to set alarms on your phone to like ensure you're drinking every hour. My boyfriend did that. He holds me accountable for things. But like, if you are just not feeling good, if you feel anxious, water's not going to solve all of your problems. But I feel such a big difference in my body from being hydrated. I have been dehydrated for months. I just feel so good. And I haven't eaten anything today. All I've had was a banana. And I feel great because I have water in my system. Like, I feel alive. I just wanted to say that. It's Friday. I'm feeling good. I just had therapy. And therapy lasted a very long time. I was going to go to the library and return this book and the Penny Pinchers Club and then check out another book. But the library closes, or it just closed at 6. And my therapy session kind of ran over. So can't do that today. Not check it. I'll probably maybe sometime next week because the books automatically renew. But I'm just really excited that I finished both of them like by the date that they were due, because they're both due today, and I finished them. I finished this last night, and I finished the Penny Pinchers Club like a week ago. So about Eleanor Oliphant, I ended up loving this book. I think I told you guys that I wasn't sure how I felt about it at first because she speaks in like this sort of Shakespearean English, and when I first started reading the book, it was kind of off-putting to me because I had to think about what she was saying and I didn't want to think too hard. But this book was amazing, and I don't want to give too much away about it in terms of my review because I'm definitely going to be talking about it in my April wrap-up video at the end of the month. But Gail Honeyman, to have written this the way she did, not that I want to know more about her life, I do, but whatever she's experienced in life is her business. But she knows something, because you can't just write about something like this and you haven't experienced some sort of range of these emotions for yourself. And it's just a beautifully written book. It's a beautifully written book. Raymond is the real MVP, #1 MVP. It's just beautiful. I'm going to save how I feel like certain things. I'll give you one thing that I really loved about it, and then I'll save the rest of it for my wrap-up video. But I just love how I was able to experience things that I take for granted through a fresh set of eyes, through Eleanor's eyes. Like how when she went to go get her hair washed, or just like hanging out with friends and, you know, you're all on the couch watching a movie together, like how I've done that in the past and I didn't think anything of it. But for somebody who was as lonely as she was, to experience something like that was this beautiful, like almost earth-shifting event. And I feel like that perspective is what we should have, or what I want to have, like all the time. Every little thing is just a really big thing, like in a good way. Like me going downstairs and eating my turkey spaghetti and watching Paradise on Hulu with my boyfriend. Like, it's not just an ordinary day. It is an ordinary day, but it's something extraordinary in that ordinary. And that's one of the things that I love about this book so much. I gave it like 4 stars, maybe 4.5. I can't confidently give it 5 stars because there was a point, it took me a little minute to actually start enjoying the book, but it is an amazing book. I recommend, if you're watching this video, to please read this. If I think it was published in 2017, which is so interesting because that's when I started this channel. And so this would have been something that I would have been reading back then. But I loved it, and I'm really happy with this read. And I'm excited because next I'm reading Perish by Latoya Watkins, and I've already been hearing some grumblings in the book club about that. So yeah, I'm going to end the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really do. I hope I'm able to edit it in a way that it all comes together. But today, right now, it's Friday. Like I said, Friday, April 4th. I don't know when you're going to see this. Definitely sometime, maybe within the next few days or next week. But wherever you are in your life, like wherever you are in the week when you're watching this, I hope that you have an amazing day. I hope that as I'm filming this, you're having an amazing start to your weekend. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.